You have a dude in Alex Morono who says, I don't count it as a victory unless I finish these guys. Decisions don't count as wins. And then you got the highlight reel athletic uber specimen that is Joaquin Buckley, who has up and down performances, right? He has performances where you think that he should win by a landslide and he squeaks him out. Yeah, fights you think he should lose and he's winning. He's kind of all over the place. Alex Morono kind of the same, right? I mean, I guess this is the thing, man. Tim Means, right? We see how this dude is just the fountain of youth. He can get the wins over the guys. So if you're not bringing your A game, and Alex Morono was able to get the win. He lost a close one before that to Santiago Ponzinibbio. We know his game is technical, big shots, not the most technical striking acumen, I guess you could say, because you see a lot of whirlwind, windmill overhands and stuff like that. But Alex Morono, I would argue, is one of the most educated fighters in the fight game right now. How do you contrast that with the style of Joaquin Buckley?
I like what you said, Derek, because especially now, Alex Morono has really got into the fold of being that educated fighter. Now, how do you contrast that against Joaquin Buckley, you ask? This dude brings the chaos, and that's what I like about him, man. He is very athletic. He's very explosive. When you have the knockout of the year back when is 2021, 2022, I forget how long we've been doing this now, but he still has that, possesses that athletic acumen in order to get those crazy chaos things done. And that's one of the things that worries me against going against Alex Morono is Morono does, at least now recently, has found himself more comfortable in being that wrestler only. And not necessarily only because, like you said, the windmill punches, they're there. They still do come out. But he's more focused now, which worries me, especially going against Buckley, where you lose focus for just a split second. And this guy's taking your head off, man. So you got to be supremely focused in there going against Buckley because he possesses that athletic ability. But at the same time, Derek, I mean, Morono has seen it all, done it all. So it's hard to say that Joaquin Buckley's going to pull something out of nowhere. Pull the old, what was it, TJ Dillon? No, not TJ Dillon. It was Cody Garbrandt. Pull it out of the pocket and hit you out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. I don't see Buckley doing that as much as I see this fight being very, very technical, being a long, drawn-out, hard scrap for both of them to get it done because they're both that talented, Derek. Do you see this fight ending in a finish?
I can definitely see this fight ending in a finish. And the reason why actually is going to contrast against your analysis of this. I don't trust Alex Morono as a fighter to fight with the full range of fight IQ that I think that he should. And what I mean by that is he's another one of those dudes who has fantastic, magnificent jiu-jitsu who just will not use it. Not in the times that you need him to use it. Like, you would craft out your perfect created fighter, it would be Alex Morono. Sick jiu-jitsu, nasty power, technical striker, not afraid to stand in the pocket, swing and bang, right? Like, that's what you want. Instead, we either get the dude who uses that ego and is like, Buckley, he's a power puncher? Okay, let's go, man. We're going to sit here, we're going to kickbox. When instead, we've seen Buckley be taken down multiple times. We know he can be controlled. I think Morono should take that approach, try to go for a submission, get the job done. Easier said than done in the grand scheme of things. Here's my biggest issue right here. On paper, right? You look at this matchup, and I do think that the odds should be flipped on paper, right? Alex Morono, I think that he should be the favorite. I think that overall, more weapons, more dangerous fighter. I think the reason we see minus 190 odds here for Joaquin Buckley, which has now swollen, or actually it has shrunk slightly, minus 170, plus 145 comeback on Morono. I think the sole reason is the athleticism of Buckley, the speed of Buckley. It is one of those things that a lot of people will say on TV, you don't see it as much, but if you talk to any of the fighters who have fought against him, they say it's so hard to see this guy where he's coming from, man, because you make one lapse of judgment, you're getting spinning kick to your chest, you're getting a big shot over the top, whatever the case may be. AJ, let's talk about cardio. How does cardio going to affect these fighters? We've seen both fighters slow down in the later rounds. Round 3 hits, who's more tired?
That's exactly what I was about to say, Derek. We've seen both of them struggle in that area. I think Morono is going to be this. And to be completely transparent with you folks, I'm banking on Morono growing a lot in the last couple fights he's had. We've seen it literally from the Jedi fight to this Ponzinibbio to the Tim Means fight. He's been progressing more and more into that more calculated style of fighter Derek was talking about. Hasn't fully gotten there yet, but I'm hoping this is going to be the fight that he shows that exact skill going forward. I think Morono's going to have it. We'll see though, because you're right, Derek. Both of them have had instances where they struggled a little bit. I'm banking on the athleticism of Buckley to sap that energy just a little bit more. Who do you have being the fresher fighter going into the third?
It is really tough because it all depends on what's the fight style that these guys are bringing, man. Is Buckley trying to throw a bunch of spinning kicks like he does? You know, is Morono trying to shoot a little bit? If he shoots, how does that affect Buckley's cardio? So it's really tough to tell. But if there's one thing that I can bank on is that there is a high likelihood that both men will be tired entering round three. You know what I mean? It's just as simple as that. AJ, this is going to be one of those fights where I'm going to stay away from any prop predictions because I feel this is an incredibly high level contested fight, but I will say I am leaning on the side of Joaquin Buckley, the athleticism, the superior speed, man. I think he's just going to be faster than Morono, and I think that's going to win the dance for him. So give me Joaquin Buckley at now minus 170 odds. How you see it, AJ?
This one, that I'm going kind of contrasting Derek. Well, nonetheless contrasting in the pick, but I think this is the prop lock, and the reason I chose that for Alex Morono as a plus 255 decision is because he's going to be growing into that fighter. We've seen him on the trajectory to keep going. I think he's going to advance his style. He's more locked in. He's more dedicated. He's more focused. Hopefully, he doesn't lose that focus because Buckley is a hell of a competition or a competitor, excuse me. So I do see this fight being hard, and that's why I'm going for that decision win. Let's hope Morono, excuse me, is a little fresher in that third.
That's right. All right. This is going to be a big fight right there. This is and can you believe it, man? 2020 was that Impa Kasanganay knockout of the year. Just to like recap before we move on, this one it kind of blew my mind. If you look at the numbers, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 5-3 since that stunning knockout. And let's not forget that he got that crazy knockout after getting knocked out by Kevin Holland. So like Joaquin Buckley, the story of new months. It's beautiful to see.